So my brain is hyperfixating again, much like the hypnosis video, much like Anima sleep token theory, much like the Kundalini awakening. The hyperfixation has to go. So let's talk about it. There's another few cross correlations going on in my mind, and I'm going to take you guys on for a bit of a ride. The first place I want to start is with Carl Jung's model of the psyche. You've got the mask of persona that we put on top of the ego. The ego is the you, it is the me, it is the I-ness. The I am is the self, it's the center of it all. It is the conscious and unconscious archetypes, it is beliefs, values, the collective unconscious, it's the transmitter for all of it. It is the center of it all. The thing that we go around in this world with is the persona. We put on masks, we act differently around other people, especially neurodivergent people. The ego, the I-ness, that is me. That is you when you feel comfortable. You can take those masks off, lay them down, and you can be you. But it's not the embodied, individuated, ascended version of you. Think of it like a spiral. Instead of the cycle keep repeating, going over and over like the Ouroboros, think of it top down, higher consciousness up, lower consciousness down, wider circumference every time that you loop around the thing in your life. Everyone has a common theme. Thank you, Karawong. Everyone has a current theme in their life that is constantly coming back into front and center, and you're like, fuck, I thought I've dealt with this before. Everything that you deny, avoid, suppress, and repress goes into the shadow, and it grows until it can take over a life of its own, and then it starts possessing you. It's not good. Not good. Do your fucking shadow work. The concept of duality isn't something new. It goes as old as everything is. It is the first primal split from God, from the one. It splits into two, and it continues splitting until it has infinite possibilities, infinite probabilities. When you take things into that level of abstraction, it becomes harder and harder to perceive just how unique and divine and beautiful your simple expression of your you-ness is. However, we reject that shadow side of us. We reject all the things that, oh, you shouldn't do that. That's a negative trait, or that's a bad behavior. We put all this language around what we actually are. The moment that you become enlightened is the moment that you collapse as many, if not infinite, possibilities and probabilities of the duality of the swing to left to right, where it's no longer hot and cold, it's just an experience, it's just perception as is. You see things as they are, not what you are. There's a saying in psychology and spirituality and all that sort of stuff, perception is projection. You see the world as you are, not as it is. So much so that if you were to integrate all of these opposites, accept, embody them at the deepest fundamental layer of you, so that you take away all of the triggers, all of the buttons from everyone ever being able to press inside of you, and you go, yeah, I am that. Being the negative polarity, accepting your malevolence, going through and going deeply into, yes, I am a liar, I am a cheater, I am a manipulator, I do all these bad things, because we all do. Every single human has the same traits as every single other human. I learned that thanks to Dr. John Demartini. When you go through and do deep shadow work and introspection and figure out all of those places that are unhealed inside of you, all of the negative memories, all of the negative emotions that are sitting stagnant in your body, you collapse all of the opposites and you get this moment of clarity, you get euphoria, you get bliss, you get this divine clarity. You can see things as they are, or as close to an approximation as they are. Being human, I don't think we'll ever get to that place of seeing things as they are, because there's always a constant upgrade, there's a constant influx of data going into our mind. The way that our mind works, when information comes in through the five senses, it is deleted, distorted, and generalized. The way that it is pieced together in our mind is pretty much in conceptual space. You can go and look for certain images of certain memories of feelings and sensations that are inside of it, because that's how our holographic memory works. It is fucking brilliant. It is so divine. Like, it is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Long-winded way of saying, Sleep Tokens lyrics, the hypnosis aspect, they are telling us, embedding commands to us to do the work, to look at things, to look at the shadow side of us. What if the shadow side of us, the sleep version of us, isn't the mask of persona, it's not the ego, it's not the self? What if the most meanness is that dark side of us that we need to accept into us? This is what shadow work is. Sleep Token has been signaling, much like a siren, calling you in to do the fucking work. Whatever that big thing is in that spiral as you ascend, that keeps coming back around, Pay attention to it, because that is where the gift is. That is where your gold. This is psycho-spiritual alchemy, as I put it in Anima Sleep Token Theory. So thank you for sitting with me as I crash out. Now it's time to go enjoy some dinner. This is such a deep, deep field of exploration and embodiment. You can't just read this stuff. You can't just listen to people make noises out of their face either. You have to study it. You have to embody this. Every piece of teaching that is directing some form, some slither, some degree towards a North Star of divinity, whatever resonates with you, start learning as much as you can out of it. There's so much in this world for us to experience. And there is just so much love on the other side of getting over your shit. Honestly, I had such a guarded, fragile heart when I was younger. And now I love full stop. Fuck, I love you guys. Like, can you believe that we are human beings, who we are with this consciousness in this time frame? Like, just unprecedented. It's absolutely wonderful. It's terrifying, but it's wonderful.